The next speaker up on stage here, he is an expert and is transforming biometric and mobile access. It's Onur Sırmatel, it's co-founder and general manager of Wealth Technology. Please welcome from Turkey, Onur!
Okay, thank you very much. Well, first of all, I would like to thank LEGIC to helping us. So this is my actual first time to be in the LEGIC Connect, and it's actually I was not really expecting such an event. So first of all, I need to thank to the guys. And unfortunately, I'm not the right guy to able to make such a presentation in the 15 minutes. So my presentations actually takes around like 3 hours. So that is actually one of the biggest problems for me. So anyhow, I definitely need the kind of support on here. Could it be possible to have a more charmer guy? Mr. Yes, please, can you step up? Mr. Allan Chester, can you able to support me? That was quick. I told you. So I told him, he didn't believe me anyhow. So, well, the real reason is this presentation is not about advanced technology or a product or something like that. What we really try to do it is actually a different approach to able to gather what we try to say is the Mosaic ecosystem is actually the companies which they have actually really good on what they are doing. They gather up and created, let's say, our vision products, which are 3D based biometric devices, but it is totally a different approach, which helped us to bring a new innovation on the biometric side. So that is why I actually wanted Allan to step up, because actually it's not just a product of advanced technology or any, and it's actually, of course, the LEGIC and also the real sense is actually on the other side of this solution portfolio. And okay, I mean, I don't really would like to go for the companies, what we do, who we are, but please help me out on the,
This is great planning, right?
Just the mobile credentials. I mean, you're the man, so please start for
This is a cop-out. This is what happens when you phone a friend. Look, I haven't actually done this presentation, so this is just literally saying there's a huge growth in biometrics at the moment as well as mobile credentials. And I think the merge of the two around identity authentication and the opportunities that it brings us and the use cases that it brings us is not only a revenue grower, a strength, but it's also something kind of like the holy grail of matching identity and access to allow for seamless access for customer experiences. So,
thank you very much. I mean, also the mobile credential, the biometric is also the booming thing of access control and also go beyond on it. And of course, when we see it, when we are actually in this market, we also see a lot of other things that actually helped us to bring the market is booming. There are pluses and negative things as well on it. So to able to answer these kind of issues, that is why we actually team up and able to create as a solution what we call the vision solutions. And with these three companies, best of breed technologies together. Of course, I will give to Allan regarding about, he has actually 2 slides as far as I know, at the end for the LEGIC and also for the NHNE, but the main issue that we have seen is in the legacy biometric systems that you have to store the biometric data on the device nor on the server to be able to make an authentication, verification or identification. And that was actually a biggest problem when it starts to come in nowadays. So the regulations, also individuals' rights and so on. So this is actually started to be creating problems also on the cybersecurity side. So what we try to bring in this solution portfolio, thanks to all these efforts of 4 companies, we actually got the best of the biometric device and also best of the mobile device awards in the ICT West this year. And the main idea was actually, if we don't store the biometric data on the device nor on the server, but store this biometric data on the credentials, or even to able to use your national ID cards or passports to be a verification solution, that was actually the main idea about it. So we have actually some videos. Instead of me, the videos can able to give us more. We don't have the sound. Okay, we go. Thanks to the RealSense. So they have actually created a 3D camera, which has helped us so much. Because until the RealSense, we haven't actually really focused on other biometric technologies such as like Palm Vein. But with the RealSense technology, we can able to make this authentication and verification in supporting it in 2D and 3D anti-spoofing integrated. So this is actually a video that we have actually came up with one of the biggest airports. They are actually one of our customers. More than 90,000 people is working in this facility. It is Istanbul Airport. So their time attendance and access control systems are our own. And as you can see, they are not using any biometric in the device nor server, so their biometric data is actually stored in their badges. But in these videos, what we actually try to explain is, it's not just the, let's say, legacy access controller biometric systems. So the main idea actually was going to beyond of access control, to able to use the biometric technologies with this new approach for other verticals, such as like payments or visitor management or further. So in these videos, as you can see, our gentleman and this beautiful lady have different verification, authentication methodologies to able to store his biometric data in a card or in his national ID card or passport or even in his mobile phone. So this is actually already available in Istanbul Airport. If you have the chance to come over, you can able to see it, you can able to download this application to able to capture your biometric data and store it in your mobile phone without sharing your mobile data with the cloud or any system. You can able to access and use the VIP accesses and also the lounges. This is where we actually really wanted to go and to showcase it.
Maybe, as it's not scripted, I can just jump in. Part of the idea around this is to try and improve the transit, the seamless access going through different spaces. So it's the exchange of data in a secure way to allow people to go seamlessly through the different spaces in the airport. So firstly, from the field crew to the field engineers, the pilots, the catering staff, lounges access, closed loop payment, to the last screw on some printers probably in the airport. And this is the idea of using, not just the idea, this is the solution in Istanbul Airport, using your face as an additional form of authentication to allow seamless access to happen in different places.
So after these awards, thanks to efforts of these 4 companies, now this innovative approach is actually going to different verticals, not just limited as what we know, the access control systems. So this is actually the second product, which is the mobile solution of it. So it can able to supply as a fully offline verification methodologies as well. And these innovations is actually helped us to open different verticals as what we know later on stages I can able to show it. So these are actually well-known verticals that we already started. Hopefully next year, if we will be, I will be really delighted to be in the stage with Allan again, to able to explain what we have done for nationwide kind of projects together, based on the mobile credentials and so on. So, but out of these well-known verticals, we are really working in locally and also internationally in some countries, which can able to go for more than $200 million of business, just to able to have these unique authentication methodologies and this kind of synergy that's helping us. My part is fun. So
It's cheating. Before you go on to the next slide,
Okay, let me go.
Maybe to make it a bit interactive, how many of you use your face, your fingerprint to open your phone? Okay. So the reason why I wanted to say that is one of the biggest differences for me around the solution with Onus, it's around that trust paradigm. It's who do you trust with the data? Where does the data go? Who has the data? Where is it stored? Now, you can go to the next slide again. So you have to look beyond the mobile credential being used as a form of profile identification of the reader. It's about where's the data come from, where's the data being stored, is it GDPR compliant? And it's all around that idea of user agency. Where's the data? I have a passport, the passport's a piece of paper, but it's recognized as a piece of paper that someone somewhere has certified. So that trust model is very, very important. For us, as much as the magic you have with the reader and making it go beep, it's important to work together with various partners around the issuance, around the trust model. Where's the data coming from? How's it onboarded? How's it stored? And that's where LEGIC really helps us here, fantastic. Because not only does LEGIC support a whole different range of communication with the readers, but it allows us to take some of this data, the essential data, and put it into the pocket. So it's a reverse identification rather than comparing with the server. I rock up to a reader, and the reader doesn't know who I am, but it does trust LEGIC, it does trust the encryption that LEGIC brings to say the face in front of me is the face that I trust and I can do something with it. And the do something with it could be anything. Entering, paying, parking, printing, getting a coffee. So the slide that I was supposed to do, not on the stage, but here, is literally showing that when you start looking around mobile credentials, you're looking around the interactions that matter. How does the customer come in? How do people flow through buildings? How they do, from street to suite? Yeah. How do you do it? So this is the onboarding part of the video that you didn't hear or see, is the ability to take a driver's license, an ID, a photo, onboard it in various different channels, different devices. Use that to push into the, if you go back, push into our solution that translates that data and puts in a secure container that we can then securely talk with the reader. This works online and offline because you're not doing any server verification of the identity. You're just saying the person that's in front of me has a document, has a pass, has a file that we recognize. And the next slide.
Thank you.
And this is kind of just showing the ability of matching identity and access brings us a whole range of different solutions and use cases and exciting revenue streams around secure payment. Secure payment you're already doing. You're already opening your phone, you're using it for Apple Wallet, Google Wallet, Samsung Wallet, tap and pay, you're using your face as a form of payment. But that payment might be an additional authentication. I think there are some countries banning SMSs, I believe. So the face, the biometric is being used for that. Secure access. Well, secure access is I need to know at point of experience, point of delivery, that the right person is accessing the right thing at the right time. And this goes around secure presence, not only secure presence about who you are, but this changes the dynamic of how spaces can be secured. So we've always thought of the physicality. If I don't know Onur, and we meet in a cafe in Istanbul, or probably a bar, and we want to do something secure, I need to know that he's him, and he needs to know that I'm me. So how do we allow that exchange without me giving him my passport to make sure that I know he's him and he knows I'm me? So we change the dynamic of the virtual and the physical, and of course, secure delivery. Secure deliveries could be anything from Amazon to DHL packages, but that could also be that guy coming to fix your washing machine or do something at the home. Let's say in some cases where maybe some elderly people there or some people unsure, they want to know that the technician that is coming is the person delivering their stuff and that person's secure. This is just a broad range of the identity use cases, but it can all be leveraged with a smart reader, with smart technology, and obviously with LEGIC, with the encryption and the security that it offers, allows us to do online and offline use cases that make, let's say, very technical things very exciting. So that's all from us.
Yeah, thank you very much. I mean, these examples are really critical for us, and hopefully we are really working on to bring new dishes in January time and also for the Vegas as well, not just limited with the biometrics as well. So this kind of ecosystems is actually really creating a unique solution portfolio instead of a product. And I also admit it, I mean, the leaf is also one of the things because we are also be honored part of it as well as technology. So this kind of approach will actually bring the market into where it really needs to be coming from. So that is the main idea, and thank you very much, Allan. So you save the day. Thank you.
Just one final thing, I know Mika did this. Darius, if he's in the room, he asked me to mention him, and he offered me a prize that I can't actually tell you about. But Darius, you were fantastic. Your part in this is not forgotten. So thank you, Darius, if you're there somewhere. Okay, that's it.
Thank you.
Onur, thank you so much. Wow, that BioAffix video, that was quite impressive, I have to say. But in my opinion, the market isn't ready. The people, they don't trust yet. So what are the current challenges that we have to overcome, in your opinion?
Well, I mean, we mentioned them as well. A lot of the issues around biometrics is around the trust, who keeps the data.
Yeah.
I think the second one, which is natural, is I've already got biometrics on my phone, why do I need a digital device? Most of that's around trust and agency. As I mentioned, the difference with this solution is the data is in your pocket.
Yeah.
Let's say physically, but it's a file, obviously,
Yeah.
in there that's encrypted thanks to LEGIC.
It changes the dynamic.
It changes the dynamic,
Yeah.
hopefully push the change in trust.
Yeah.
And everyone wants convenience, so
Yeah.
that's where the airport lounge
It would be
is.
so convenient.
And
Yeah.
of course, migration is also another part of it. So, I mean, this transaction is also you need to have the systems capable of to able to support the current infrastructure and also the future as well. And that's actually what we are always trying to look for. So that's also, and thanks on the LEGIC side, that's actually helping us to able to come this tackle. Thank you very much.
Thank you. The future looks bright to me. Thank you.